Alex to do on Omex, bro.
I'm doing it on CFL Live.
Yes. It's gonna go up.
We're live, baby.
We're live. Welcome back once a motherfucking again. Is my mic working? Check.
Mics are working. My mic's working. What?
Grab that. You see the bag?
Yeah, his
grab the
bag? Yeah. Grab your bag, bro.
Fucking bag, bro.
You chillin'.
Cheers, bro.
Cheers to another week.
Week, what, 17?
Episode 17.
Second week of hurricane season.
Dude, it's been a fucking crazy week.
Dude, drop a like if you're watching. This is just 5 fucking people watching. I don't even believe it.
We appreciate y'all for pulling
And
up.
somebody, if one of
You
you
were
is,
waiting on us.
If
Shit.
one of you is watching, tell me how the sound is because I did not test it. But
Yeah,
it looks
we,
straight. It looks like
good.
everything is above board. We posted the thing up.
Yo, why does it look black
We're
and white?
live at the fucking. Oh,
We need the people to see us in color.
it's definitely. It's just.
Oh, it's just in the thing.
What's up? What's
On
up?
top of that bag?
What?
Was there a jig on the top of that
A
bag?
jig on the top of that bag.
A jig.
I see one on the floor over there.
Oh. Yes. Could you pass it in? I could.
Really reach it. Tell you the truth.
Sorry. Go. Sorry.
Un momento.
Huh? Is that mine? Let's go.
We're off shooting in log. We're not shooting in no goddamn log. This is the
And we're
internet,
ready to
motherfuckers.
goddamn go.
That one.
Let's go.
Welcome back.
We
All right.
might show a sneak peek clip
New
of
episode.
Fishing Wars coming soon on the channel.
Incredible new show. Make sure you tune in to
Live
Fishing
stream
Wars.
music, news with Brews.
We do it all over
Fishing
here. We do
Wars.
fishing. We do politics. We do
Good.
music.
We're doing a dating show next. It's happening.
We might have to.
All right. Let's see here. I didn't. Oh, you know what I didn't do?
Oh,
I didn't
copy the
the
thing?
note over.
That's
the
fine.
itinerary.
That's fine.
Let's see if you remember off the top of your head.
Oh, I know. I know all of them.
What's the main story of the week, Nicky?
LA riots, I mean. Or protests.
That is the.
Or riots. Or protest. Or riots. Or protest. Yo, Drew, what's it like in
It's
LA
both.
right now,
They're
bro?
both.
What's the vibes? Is everyone good?
Brian Wilson dies, and y'all not dedicating the stream to that. SMH.
Who the hell is that?
Yeah, who's Brian Wilson?
Who the fuck is Brian Wilson?
Who the fuck Brian Wilson? They're both, bro. They're protest riots.
Yeah, it's a little bit of both.
It's a protest riot,
Depending on where you go, which block you're on.
Listen, I just watched.
You seen that Apple store?
I did not see the Apple Store. I saw clips of people crying because they were looting and they got arrested.
Dude, there was this one Apple store that got looted, and then somehow Apple figured. I mean, I'm sure that it's not that hard for them, but they set off an alarm on all the stolen phones.
I saw that.
And they're just like beeping 24/7 until they bring them back to the Apple store.
They won't give your info to the cops, but they'll take it for themselves, motherfucker.
On God.
Fucking Apple, bro.
But no, so let's start with the LA situation. So basically, there's a bunch of protests because what? ICE was like basically rounding up people at Home Depot.
Apparently
and
they were
shit.
at the Hard Rock.
Oh yeah?
They're posted up at the Hard Rock, bro.
I didn't know about that. But they said they're gonna do hospitals, schools, churches. They'll go wherever the fuck they want.
Every fucking where, man.
But so there was a bunch of ICE activity in California, and people weren't very happy about that. It seems like because they didn't vote for that shit. They didn't vote for ICE to be sweeping Home Depots in California.
Well, some people are pretty happy about what's happening because they're like, it's only the bad people getting fucked up, man.
The bad hombres. That's
Or-
what Trump says. He calls them the bad hombres.
Or there's people who are like, this is bad, but it's not worse than Joe Biden just having open borders. That's what they're actually saying.
Emily,
Yeah.
did you see the comments on her?
Dude,
People are not happy with
they're
Emily.
not, and dude, I've been always seeing on the Breaking Points comments how they're like, she's like different on this show versus when she's in on like a conservative
I haven't
show.
seen her actually because she has her own
Me
show
neither.
now. I didn't even know that.
But apparently she's like honestly a fan. She's like, I like this.
Yeah.
Dude, she said that sanctuary cities are just subsidizing the cartel.
That's
That
an
was her
interesting take.
That was her take, bro.
That's an interesting take.
Isn't that crazy?
That is pretty wild.
How can you like? What else am I supposed to think other than like oh, you should have like a crazy bias against immigrants, bro. Like, this undocumented people, it's definitely the cartel profiting the most out of this, bro.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
crazy.
I don't really know what to think of that. That's a
wild
peculiar
take,
argument, to say the least. But I mean, it is a big issue. I mean, if I don't know what the right solution is.
To just document everybody and tax them.
But I'm confident that the right solution was not to send the National Guard in when nobody wanted that.
The Marines are training to go.
Yeah.
They're getting prepped to go.
You know, the last time that the National Guard was deployed against the governor's recommendation?
60s.
Yep. Desegregation.
Let's go.
Yeah, they had to force that one pretty hard.
Listen, I just watched Andor, both seasons, and I've been radicalized.
Oh, really? From Andor?
From Andor.
What do they believe in Andor?
Bro, and the thesis of that show is like, join the revolution or get killed. Like,
See,
die.
I'm not with it.
And, dude,
I'd rather die.
you will die.
Yep.
They will come for you.
But here's the thing: is
I would love to hear your take on that show.
I should watch the show. I'll check it out. But
it's good.
there's no revolution happening. That's the thing. Like they said BLM
brewing.
was a revolution. What happened?
But that's different.
What happened from all those protests?
Because it's not like one day there's not a revolution and then the next day it's like there's a protest here, there's a protest there. They get a little bit crazier. They get a little crazier, and then all of a sudden you're like, holy shit. We're in the middle of a fucking revolution, bro. That's how it happens.
I don't know.
This show is so good. Wow.
Boston Tea Party? That was kind of a sudden event.
We gotta do a deep dive. Yeah, but that's one event
that
of
contributed
the
to the whole thing. That's true.
Know,
but I do feel like it's like kind of chronological. It's like a show. Yeah, it's like one episode happens, then the next episode happens, then we're in a revolution.
Things snowball.
Exactly. It is a snowball effect.
And this is snowballing. We're right now. The snowball is like this big.
It's still very
The revolution
small.
snowball is like this big.
I don't think there's ever going to be a revolution.
It has to. What? There's already been revolution. Why wouldn't there be another one?
In America.
Yeah.
Because we can't fight F-16s.
Yeah, but it's not going to be like a fucking...
In terms of overthrowing the government.
It's not going to be a gun... Yeah.
Yeah. That is what I'm saying won't happen.
Revolution.
A cultural revolution, absolutely. Those happen all the time. And I'm sure those will happen.
But probably some violence is going to have to go down.
It's true.
At some point. That's what I love about the show.
Yeah.
It's like they got to do dirty shit sometimes.
Andor, that sounds like a planet in Star Wars.
It's actually the name of the character.
Ah.
The last name.
Interesting.
But holy shit. Because the first episode of the show, right? These two, like, it's like privatized. They're like these private cops. They're like privatized cop thing. They're just fucking with him.
Okay.
On some corrupt bullshit in the street, and they get into like a fight, and one of the cops gets shot on accident and dies. And then he's like looking at the other cop, and he's like, "Oh, I have to fucking kill this guy too now, because I'm fucked."
That makes sense.
You know?
Yeah, that
so
does.
He kills
make
the other
sense.
guy, and then he's on the run, and then everything becomes amazing.
I gotta check that out.
It was so good.
What's it on?
Disney Plus.
Disney
I think
Plus?
actually might be on Hulu right now too.
I'll check it out. Yeah, because they are owned by Disney, so
Owned
that
by
makes
same
sense.
shit.
I gotta check that.
And you
out.
don't have to you don't have to know shit about Star Wars. It's barely Star Wars.
Oh, it is Star Wars.
Yeah, it's in the Star.
I didn't even know that. I was just
No.
I was just taking a shot there.
No, it's Star Wars, but it's got almost no. It takes place in like the 5 years right before the original first Star Wars. Right before the rebels actually go for their shit. It's like the buildup of the revolution. It's good, dude.
Bro, another thing, people shit on the prequels. They were so fire. Especially Revenge of the Sith is one of the best movies ever. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what anybody says. It's probably nostalgia a little bit, but
yeah, it's revisionist.
I think that it's the number one Star Wars.
Nicky D, be real, you ain't watching. He's not gonna watch
If it's Star Wars, I might. I watched The Mandalorian. I watched
Andor was one of those things where I didn't get into it for a while. I was like, I don't care. I don't want to give a fuck. And then I just watched it and I was like, this is so much better than all the other Star Wars. You got to put up with a lot of bullshit.
Yeah.
To enjoy it because there's a lot of nonsense, but it's fun. But
it's world building. They got the best world building.
Andor, motherfuck, bro.
I'm gonna check
I
this
was
shit out.
in. I couldn't. I was supposed to. We went fishing. I was supposed to be at this house, 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning, and I was like, I'm gonna go to bed at like 8. And I started watching Andor.
Could
I
not.
could not stop watching it.
Well, go to bed at 8. You're a sicko to begin with.
But,
But
I was to wake up at fucking 5. Bro.
no, if you
Fucking
yeah,
4,
that's
you
true.
know?
If you have to, you have to. But
And I didn't even do it. I went to bed at like 11.
6 hours of sleep, that's enough. That's good.
But highly recommend. W of the week. All right. Back to our revolution.
Back to the protests. So, what's your overall take on the whole?
My overall take
situation?
is this isn't gonna stop until fucking government gets their act together and starts providing for people. And that's it. That's my take. Otherwise, it ain't happening. It's gonna be another Luigi. It's gonna be another BLM. It's gonna be another thing every time. It'll never stop because people just are fucked.
Yeah.
And when people are so fucked, they're like, what do I have to lose?
That's
Where's
true.
your take? What do you think about this?
I have a bit of a
Arrest
different
them
take.
all?
So no. So here's my thing. The people who are protesting and who are like not being violent, they're just doing like what they want to do, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Free
like,
speech.
Absolutely,
Type
they should have the free speech to be able to do that.
Mm-hmm.
The violent aspect of it obviously is not good because it's like technically a riot and it causes a lot of issues. It makes people feel unsafe in their communities, and it can also do like a lot of damage. Like people aren't just looting Apple stores; they're looting like all stores, especially
Yeah, I mean,
like the local businesses and stuff like that. It obviously sucks for them. But Trump, I do think, is in the wrong with sending the National Guard in because it's such an unprecedented move.
it's crazy.
It's batshit crazy that he's doing because
Fucking nuts.
like California, the LAPD is like what? Probably like the second or third biggest police department in the country.
It's some shit like that, bro.
Yeah.
You see them out there. It's like you can't even tell who's National Guard, who's cop.
You really because they're so
They
militarized.
both
All of them
fucking
are.
look the same, bro.
Yeah, but no, I think that was a huge mistake from Trump, and I think he only escalated the tension by doing that because it just wasn't necessary. They had things under control. Obviously, there was a lot of violence, but there's no way to completely prevent violence in a situation like that. So it is what it is to a certain
There
extent.
is a way to basically completely prevent violence.
What would the way be? Just not let them protest at all?
No, just give people the basic necessities.
But I don't think they're protesting about like this is all about ICE.
Yeah, don't deport them. Also,
Yes.
you're right.
But here's my issue with the protesters.
Doing bullshit.
If the Democratic argument, like what I feel the protesters are basically saying, when it boils down to it, is they're basically saying, illegal immigration is fine, and no one should be deported.
Nikki D.
They're basically saying no one should be deported.
Bro, that is like
that's what I feel like
that
the
is
Democrat
worst
message
faith
is.
interpretation of that.
That's what I feel like the Democrat message is, though. Like, what are the protesters protesting? They're
Like-
protesting ICE.
They're like no,
Enforcement.
they're not saying don't deport anybody, bro.
Mhm.
They're just saying, hey, maybe don't fucking have a bunch of masked gun people just walk into fucking
Well,
Home
that's a
Depot,
fact.
and that's what, dude. Nobody. When you ask people like, should illegal immigrants be here? They'll be like, no.
Yeah.
They'll say no. But it's
I
like,
don't think these protesters would say no.
You're
I think
tripping.
I think these protesters would be like
Brother.
all undocumented. They
Brother.
would say being undocumented isn't a crime.
no way, bro.
You don't think so?
Well, it's not a crime.
I agree.
like,
It shouldn't
Legal,
be
no, but
a
legally,
crime.
it's not like you're not a criminal. You're only a criminal if you like cross the border illegally. If you're like overstay a visa, you're not convicted of a crime.
That's not a crime.
No.
Well, either way, we can agree that is a different crime than like robbing somebody. Like it's
Yeah.
a very different
What-
crime.
I think people are just protesting like the way like this is insane. Like,
Yeah.
what's happening is fucking nuts. Like the ICE is just showing up everywhere, grabbing whoever they want, no questions, nothing, bro.
That is crazy talk.
And they're not even like identifiable. Anybody could just be dressed in all black fucking tactical gear, say I'm ICE and start arresting people, bro. I'm sketched out about going out.
It is a very
bro.
sketchy
Are you
situation.
kidding me? At the Hard Rock, bro. Right over here.
I just don't know what. So here's the thing: is the protests don't have a clear demand, and they don't have a clear goal. I feel like the goal of the protest is kind of just like, don't let ICE deport people. I don't know. That's my interpretation of what the protesters are there for.
Yeah, but that's not the same as don't deport any. Nobody should be deported.
But that's kind of what the position of these sanctuary cities has been for decades.
Just don't deport anybody at all for nothing.
That's what a sanctuary. That's what a sanctuary city kind of is. Yeah.
Just keep everybody.
I mean, yeah. I think the whole point of sanctuary cities is that they don't cooperate with federal law enforcement. It's that they don't cooperate with law enforcement.
Yeah, but I can't imagine they do not prevent deportations, but they limit local law enforcement. Yeah.
From cooperating with federal authorities.
I bet they still deport people, though.
I'm sure that people do end up getting deported.
Way more fucking humanely, bro.
You think so?
Yeah. What?
I don't know. I don't know anything about. I know a little bit about sanctuary cities, but
to get deported, you have to imagine to get deported in a sanctuary city, you literally have to. It's like a fucking.
You have to do something really fucking.
No. It's just like a long legal process of fucking. This because this is like also no legal like they just grab a motherfucker.
Okay, but hold up. So
like,
so their whole thing is that
there's no process.
Sanctuary cities don't work with federal law enforcement, right? So to me, my interpretation of that is if someone gets arrested and they're an illegal immigrant, they're not going to tell ICE like, "Hey, this guy we arrested is an illegal immigrant, by the way." Like, isn't the? I thought the whole point is that they don't cooperate. So wouldn't that inherently lead to criminals not being deported?
Because I don't think I doubt they're like, even if you're committing crimes, we're not gonna let them deport you. Like I don't. You think that's what they're doing? You think they're like, even if you're a criminal, fucking immigrant?
Well, if they don't cooperate with feds,
but
like that's the whole thing, isn't it?
No, because dude, you can't hide like you're like if you're in court to get deported or whatever. Like if ICE wanted to get you through like the court system, they can figure out like you don't have any fucking paperwork. They can't hide that from them.
They can't hide. Why not? Isn't that the whole? That's
because
the whole
what do you
thing,
mean?
I thought.
No, how could you hide? You can't hide if you're
okay. Let me.
It's very easy to find out.
Yeah, let me give you an example. Right. So let's say someone robs a house in like Alabama.
Okay.
And they happen to be an illegal immigrant.
Yes.
Alabama will then go to ICE and say, "Hey, this guy we arrested is an illegal immigrant."
Wrong.
And that no.
Because before that guy even has a chance to commit a crime, Alabama's like, "Hey, ICE, there's an immigrant. Go rob that guy." That's where you're wrong, Nikki D.
Okay. That's fair. That's
where
fair.
you're wrong, Nikki D. That's what I think the sanctuary city would do. I think that's what the sanctuary city
would do. If that's how it works, then I'm on board with you.
I can't 100%. The sanctuary city's like, if you're a criminal, because otherwise then literally be a criminal, be undocumented, commit crime, get to a sanctuary city, and you're untouchable. Like, that's not happening. Are you kidding?
Well, it's not that you're untouchable. It's that they're not going to send you to ICE. Like, you could still go to jail in California if you commit a crime.
Oh, so you think there's like, they just knowingly have illegal criminals in jail, but they're like, we're going to deport them. We're just going to free them when they serve their time back into the streets.
That's could be wrong, but I thought that's the whole point of sanctuary cities. I don't know. I actually don't know. How does it work?
You're getting the liberals are getting to you. They're like the extreme lefties.
They might be.
They're fucking none of this shit. I don't even know what I was gonna Google. There's no way, bro. Are you kidding?
Yeah. So what is in your mind is the point of a sanctuary city?
To be like, we're not gonna let the ICE bullshit happen.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Everything else, dude, if you fucking legally deport somebody, they'll be like, yeah, dude, follow the law.
I don't know how we get to the bottom of this.
We just gotta figure out. We chat GPT.
We need to chat GPT it. Let's get chat GPT involved. Just ask it what is a sanctuary city? That's all we really need to know.
No, we gotta know.
We're doing some investigative journalism. We'll ask follow-ups, but let's show the
limits
people.
cooperation, limits on police involvement. Police might not ask about immigration status unless
share information. Okay.
Unless required by law or court. See, Refusal to hold people for ICE. Do not honor ICE detainer requests. And focus on build trust, whatever the fuck. Not a formal legal designation.
Mm-hmm.
Critics argue these policies may undermine immigration law. All right. So, yeah, that is kind of what I'm saying.
It kind of is.
That is kind of what I'm saying.
I don't know. I definitely agree that the shit that's happening with ICE shouldn't be happening.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they shouldn't be picking up people at Home Depot. That's fucked up.
Crazy. Dude, in schools and churches, they fucking just grab it anybody.
Yeah, it's honestly crazy.
Fucking
But
nuts.
I just don't get what the point of the protests is.
I think it's just like we're upset that this is happening. We want to show we're fucking mad about this.
Which is good, because you should be mad about this.
Yeah.
If people are getting taken out of your
people are
community.
just like, this is unacceptable shit right here.
Yeah. What's up, Alex?
You dipping?
Yeah, very soon.
No. Alex, bro, real quick.
Yep.
What stock should I buy?
Yeah, what's the stock of the week from Alex?
I don't know, man.
Let's get your input, bruh. Stock of the week. Come on.
What happened with CoreWeave? CoreWeave IPO'd at 35 or 41?
Yeah, 30. Yeah, something like that.
35 to 41, some shit?
Yeah.
Look at New Voyager Company.
New Voyager Company.
Voyager Company.
It has
We're gonna check that shit out.
Contracts with NASA. 8% of its income from the Air Force. 13 comes from Lockheed Martin. 48% comes from other.
Evil
and
people.
Other 22% was from NASA.
Damn.
All right, they're a $3 billion company.
All right, there we go.
Check that shit out,
Check
everybody.
that shit out, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate you, Alex.
That locked in
You're the
50
homie.
shares at 55.
But basically, I just think more of this is gonna happen till laws change. People fucking start doing shit. Mandatory check. What is that? Mandatory check-in. Oh.
What's up,
What up,
Franny?
Franny?
How you doing, bro?
Much love, brother.
You want to get? Let's
We
talk
gotta go
about
get
the-
a beer, homie.
Cheers.
We're talking about.
But no, this Elon and Trump shit.
Yes.
It turned out to be a big nothing burger, really.
Yeah,
I mean,
dude.
nothing ended up happening.
Nothing. Trump, which is strange for Trump, because Trump does like to be scorched.
I think
earth.
someone gave Elon like the, quit fucking around, bro. Like,
They gave him the come to
gave him
Jesus.
the little shoulder check, like, quit this shit, bro.
I don't.
It's not gonna work out for you.
Well, I think it definitely was never gonna work out for him, because president beats rich guy.
Exactly. Like think about how much Elon can fuck with Trump versus how much Trump can fuck with Elon.
Mhm.
It's not even in the same realm.
Yeah.
So-
yeah. But I think he's still fucked. Like, I don't think Trump's gonna help him anymore. Like,
I think they're gonna make up.
I have to take away some deals.
I wouldn't be surprised if this whole thing was just a fucking prank.
I don't know about that. I think
I wouldn't be shocked.
I think Trump started looking at Elon as like a loser.
You think so?
I think he was like, "Oh, this guy's like dragging me down."
He's on drugs and
Not even. It's just like poll wise,
The Wisconsin
he's
Supreme
like,
Court.
This guy's dragging me down.
yeah.
He got to go.
Get the fuck out of here.
He gotta go. And so he went, and Elon was like, and Trump's like, "That's it."
Tesla stock's going back up,
Is it? You
even though
think
the
so?
company is not in a good spot. I'll tell you that.
You think the stock's gonna get back to where it was? You think it'll reach a new height?
I would be surprised.
Yeah, I think
I'd be
it's-
very surprised because they did just do the robo taxis in Austin, so that's like a good thing for them. But I think people are overestimating this whole robo taxi thing in general. Like, how much money is in the rideshare business in America? Like Uber, when you add up Uber and Lyft
Probably a
and
lot.
all, I bet it's like a few hundred million. I don't think that it's like something
Rideshare
crazy.
Industry, market share.
Yeah. Okay, so Uber's like 76% of the whole market share. Like,
Damn, how big an industry is it? Did you?
that's what I'm wondering. Like, I feel like it's not as big as people might think. How much revenue did Uber make last year? Ask that.
I'm gonna say rideshare
Yeah.
apps make.
Okay, billions. Total revenue from rideshare 20. Lyft 4.4. It's like a 20-something billion dollar industry. Like, I feel like the Elon heads think that it's like they're gonna make trillions off of robo-taxis. Like, I feel like they think it's a way bigger thing than it really is gonna be.
I mean, that's still a pretty big industry.
It's a big industry, but Tesla's worth $1 trillion.
And if you could not have drivers,
it's fire. I mean, I'm not saying it's not fire, but I just don't think rideshare is going to be the future that Elon thinks it's going to be. I'm sure that they're going to make money off of the robo-taxis and stuff, but it's not going to...
it's going to be like... You don't think we'll hit a point of like 95% self-driving on the road?
Well, that, yes, but I think people are going to own most of those cars.
Oh, what?
I don't think that it's going to be like you pay money every time you want to go somewhere.
I don't know. I think literally we're going to own less shit, bro.
Well, that's true. That's hard to deny, but...
Dude, I think it's done, dude.
Like, look at Waymo. The biggest utility of Waymo is ordering them to protest to blow them up.
Yeah, literally.
You seen that shit?
Yeah, plus also food item delivery industry should be factored in.
Yeah, that's true.
Waymo ain't all that.
Waymo is not all that, bro. Like,
bro, what the fuck? I never really heard about Waymo. You can put your kids in them and not worry about the driver.
They drive themselves. Yeah, it's fully automated.
In the U.S. on the road.
Yeah,
legally.
They're only in a few cities.
But like, if you get pulled over, they're not gonna get in trouble if I'm sitting shotgun and nobody's in the driver's seat.
I don't think so. No, definitely not.
Oh, then I want a Waymo.
Dude, Waymos are sick.
That's my thing that
you can already buy one. Not around here.
Modern thing that I want in a car
is to be able to drive itself.
Yeah, that's the only thing I want.
It's pretty high utility, but I don't think that it's going to be like this crazy big industry.
There's no way that's true.
That's fucked up, bro.
You gotta just radio. You gotta what do you got?
No aux in the Waymo.
Sirius XM in the car, bro.
Imagine all the Waymos.
Waymo.
But no, shout out to the people who are ordering those and blowing them up at protests as opposed to blowing up actual people's cars.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
That's pretty funny.
Way better.
That's very LA.
I still am not endorsing blowing up Waymos, to be clear.
Don't blow shit up.
It's better than blowing up a regular person's car.
But, you know, if you're upset about the Waymos being blown up.
That's another thing about the protests, bro.
You know?
I feel like when Trump was watching the protests, as soon as the Mexican flags came out, he's like, yes.
Oh.
I feel like he was so happy about that shit.
It's an optic W for them, for sure, because these fucking simple-brained, mouth-breathing conservatives are just going to look at a photo and go, these fucking libtards.
Dude, he said
they're going to say what you were saying. Oh, these people just want all the illegal criminal immigrants to stay.
Well, I seriously think a lot of the leftists, that's what they think,
dude,
bro.
You're
like,
too online.
I don't think I'm too online, bro.
Too online.
I think they're too online.
It's too... No, dude. That group of people is tiny and insignificant.
Maybe it's just a vocal minority. Maybe you're right. But
it's a tiny, insignificant group. Most of the people there are just like, fuck. I bet there's not a single reason that's like the majority reason.
They're out there for 10, and that's actually the whole. That's actually
things.
My whole problem with the protest, Nico. Because when we think,
just it's not specific enough.
No, exactly.
That's silly.
Hold up, give me a minute. Let's take a retrospect, right? What are some of the most successful protests in history, like women's suffrage or the civil rights movement?
Yeah, but those aren't like that's not one protest.
Let me just go ham for a second. So all of these protests had a very clear goal, and they were looking for very clear concessions from the government. And no, like let's just look at right-wing protests, right? Like January 6th. They had a very clear goal. They all showed up in one specific location to protest one specific thing. And it was all organized by the President of the United States. And I think that January 6th, as much as I hate it, like it was an effective form of protest. These assholes came within fucking 5 minutes.
Was effective?
I think they came within like an hour or two of literally overthrowing American democracy.
They didn't. Oh, you think they were like close to succeeding?
I mean, if they actually got into the Congress room and stopped they were successful in delaying the election certification.
Yeah, but so you're saying that was their goal?
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think if you ask those rioters on the day, what are we here to do? They're not gonna say delay the certification.
No.
They're gonna go, we're taking our country back.
But they were all there to protest what? The election results, and they were all there to stop Biden from being elected and to make
these
Trump
people are
be elected.
here Because
it was an
pissed
effective
about
protest.
the government. They're protesting the fucking government.
Yeah, but there's not a clear goal. There's not a clear reason
I
that
think
they're
they just
protesting.
want ICE to not do this shit. I think that's the goal.
I'm with you. I'm just saying, when you compare
I
leftist
don't-
protests
dude, I don't see this
versus
at all,
versus
bro.
the right wing protests, it's like
Uh-uh.
they're so much more effective. It's not even funny. I feel like. I really feel like. Like, what did BLM accomplish?
Yeah,
It
but
did nothing.
What did January 6th accomplish? Nothing.
They got pretty close.
But close is accomplishing nothing. Getting close means you accomplished nothing.
They did delay the certification for the first time in
That's not-
history.
they delayed. They didn't do shit, bro.
They
If that's
almost did,
what
though. They
very
got
effective
close.
is, then your bar for very effective is like in the toilet.
Maybe you're right. I don't know.
Cause that's not. They didn't do shit.
But I'm just
But
saying,
cause a fucking mess for.
it was
a day.
organized. It was for a specific cause. They were all in a place that was related to that cause. Like, I just feel like it was an effective form of protest.
I don't think most of the things you just said don't. I mean, also apply to the LA one.
Okay, what's their goal?
To protest fucking ICE deportations.
To stop ICE from deporting people. You told me 5
To
minutes ago
protest-
that I was
Listen
crazy.
to me. To stop them deporting people and stop the ICE deportations is two different things, Nikki D. Do you
Wait,
hear
say
what I'm
that- say that-
saying?
No, say that one more time.
Stopping the ICE deportations and stopping them from deporting people are two different things, Nikki D.
How?
Oh my god.
Wait, hold up. You said stopping the ICE deportations and stopping them from deporting people are two different things?
Yes.
I don't understand that at all. You're losing.
You
me.
think ICE deportations is the only way to deport people?
How else do people get deported?
Through the courts. Dude, how did people get deported before ICE was a thing?
I don't know. I actually don't know.
What the fuck? How old? ICE isn't even that old, bro.
ICE has been around since like what, 2003 or something?
11 or some bullshit. Oh, fuck. Yes.
2003.
2003.
Yeah.
How do you think people got deported before that?
Yeah, I guess it was through the courts. That makes more sense, actually.
Come on now. You get arrested.
Okay,
you get your
okay.
shit
I
found
see
out.
what you're saying.
There was a process. This is like fuck the process. The ICE deportations is like fuck any kind of process. We're just grabbing people.
That is wild.
That's what's being protested. That's what the fucking
The form of deportation.
That's why the
Okay.
Waymos have to burn.
I see what you're saying. Okay. We're getting somewhere. We're getting
God
somewhere.
damn it.
But I do.
Watch
I
Andor.
do still feel like they don't have a clear goal. Like,
Dude, they just want this shit to stop. They just stop doing this.
but there's basically zero chance they accomplish that goal.
Okay, so they should just not bother. If we can't stop it, then we should just
How the
not
fuck
bother.
Nikki D know the year ICE was founded off top? Dude, I do research for this show, bro. Like, I literally do research. Okay,
I was like 7 years off or something. Oh, 8.
close enough. But no, I mean, I'm not mad at the people for protesting, but I do feel like the protest is ineffective, and I will stand by that.
I can agree that protest is ineffective. But I'm not gonna. But I can't sit here and go like this one was ineffective, but January 6th was effective.
Like, okay, imagine if they had the whole goal of the protests was to get Trump to agree to like this one specific thing. I feel like that would be a better protest. Or even if it was like, oh, let's just impeach Trump. Like, that's at least a goal that everyone can rally around and support.
Can we not rally around these ICE protests are wrong and illegal?
We can. Well, yes, we can
That's
rally
what
around that.
it is. That's what it is.
But they're not. It's not going to do anything.
But what? So what the fuck do you think people should do, bro? Sign a petition?
No, I think that if they're
Vote,
I
just
think
vote,
if
just wait for the election?
If people are going to protest, I just think that there should be a clear goal and concessions that they're trying to get. ICE is not going to
But you
stop
keep saying
deporting
that,
people.
but it's like, so then, what is someone that doesn't like what's happening? What should they do, Nikki D? Say specifically, we need a new legislation, or it's useless.
No, they should organize around a specific cause. Which
I feel like they're checking this box off. I feel like they're like we're protesting against the ICE deportations.
I mean, you did kind of. I didn't realize that they are protesting a specific type of deportation, which that's actually good that you pointed that out, because that gives them a little bit more credibility in my eyes. But I don't know. I just feel like it's not gonna do anything. It's pointless.
This argument? So then, but like, how does this argument not just go to like, okay, then just give up on don't protest shit, don't do anything.
No, because
don't vote. That shit's pointless.
No, I'm saying that protests in the past have had clear goals, and that's why they were successful.
You would have sat there at those protests and been like, this is pointless.
I don't think so.
Yes, you would have, dude. You would have been like, that shit's pointless.
I don't know. I mean, I think that we just disagree on what the protests are for, to be honest. Because to me, those people are out there just because they don't think that people should be deported.
Why do you think that? What did you see that made you think that's the case?
It's just what did I see that makes me? I don't know. Just like the whole
because that's like
vibe.
That's like the what?
The whole vibe.
What do you mean by that? What do you mean by the whole vibe?
Like, okay, for example.
Yes.
Like the Gavin Newsom and the mayor, they have said like, oh, we're gonna cooperate with ICE in terms of deporting criminals and stuff like that, and that's good. But when the protesters don't give a fuck about that. Let's say that the protesters.
How do you know that?
Because I'm telling you that they don't fucking know. Even the people there, I think, I don't know. Maybe I'm off basis on this. I feel like they're just showing up to show support for people, which is good. I'm not against showing support for anybody. I just think that it's an ineffective form of protest because they don't have clear demands, and like nothing is gonna come. It's the same shit as BLM in my opinion. Like nothing is gonna come of this. It's gonna get squashed in like a month or two.
Yeah, but I can concede that I don't know how if it'll change anything.
There's no legislative goal, which is my issue.
But you were also saying January 6th had it didn't have a legislative goal, bro.
The goal was to overturn the election.
The goal was like start a new country because the U.S. is like the goal was not.
What did Drew say?
I think they have the same level of specific goal, bro.
Let's check what Drew said.
Tell Nikki D protest sign saying "fuck ICE," not "fuck deporting."
That's a true fact.
That's a good one.
That is a true fact.
Here we go.
Kind of spitball. I don't know why you couldn't just say that in the chat.
January 6th was not effective. It was like also pointless.
Mm-hmm.
Do you not agree? You don't agree?
I don't agree.
I don't understand.
I think that there was a clear goal. They were there to overturn the election.
And
they weren't successful. They weren't successful in that goal, but I think they came pretty close.
I don't know what is making you say the goal of these protests is not clear. It's very clear.
So tell me what the goal is.
It's so clear.
Tell me what the goal is.
Protesting the ICE deportations. They want that shit to stop.
How are they going to stop it?
There's literally no way to stop it.
Exactly.
So they shouldn't protest. They should just do nothing.
They shouldn't protest this.
That's stupid, Nikki D.
I don't think it's stupid.
That's stupid.
I don't think it's stupid.
How is that? I see this thing happening and it's horrible, but I can't do anything about it. So fuck it.
No, it's not about they can't. It's not that they can't do anything. It's that they should rally around a specific cause.
Rally how? Rally how?
Okay, for example, let's say
don't give me a goal. We're done. There is a goal. I've said the goal multiple times.
The goal is to stop the ICE protests.
The ICE deportations.
How?
Bro, how were the Jan 6ers gonna overthrow the election, bro?
Okay, let's take a step back. Let's calm down. All right. My point is...
No, can you answer that question?
How were they going to do what?
Yeah, what was their plan?
They were going,
Jan 6 plan.
They were going to put pressure on Mike Pence to overturn the result or not certify the results.
You think that was their you think everybody that was like, we're here to pressure Mike Pence?
I bet it was part of Trump's strategy. Absolutely. I bet Trump thought through that. And
so you think Trump told people pressure Mike Pence?
Yes. I'm not saying that he said that to the protesters, but I think that was one of Trump's goals. Trump's goal was to get the election overturned by any means necessary.
Right.
One of those methods was by having a bunch of protesters at the fucking Capitol, pressuring law enforcement.
In that scenario, the protesters aren't the ones with the goal, like with the clear goal.
It's Trump. Trump is the one organizing the protest.
Yeah, the protesters are just there.
These protests are not being organized by anybody.
Protesters are as fucking like reasonless as the ones in LA. They're just as like, I'm just here to fuck shit up. If that's the way you are framing it. The Jan 6ers were not as like way more put together and organized, dude.
All right.
Not at all.
Let me cook for a sec. All right. Here's what I'm trying to say.
The oven is off.
When you look at older protests, like let's say the civil rights era, right?
Okay.
Martin Luther King had a clear and specific goal of getting the government to end segregation, right?
And can I interject right here?
Okay,
right?
sure. But I have more to add. That is
Yes.
the actual substance. But
yeah, his goal. But if you would have seen a single protest or like riot, you would have been like, "This is pointless. There's no goal to it." You're looking at the entire arc of MLK's work and going, "There was a goal to it."
No. That's not what I'm doing.
And going like, "There's no goal to it."
That's not what I'm doing.
Yes,
actually.
you are.
Let me explain, bro.
Dude, that is what you just.
Let me just explain. So, like, let's say that MLK was there for a protest, and they would have specific goals, like, oh, let's pressure Congress to end segregation. Let's pressure Alabama state educators to desegregate their schools, etc., etc. And they had actual means for how they were going to achieve these goals, like women's suffrage, for example. There were local movements and there were federal movements, and they were organized and they had goals to say, hey, let's pass this legislation and then that'll fix the problem. And January 6th, they said, all right, let's try to overthrow the election. And the way that we're going to do that is by basically delaying the certification. They had ways to achieve their goal. It doesn't seem like they have a way to achieve their goal. Like, let's look at BLM, right? What was the goal of BLM? Well, to stop racism in the police. How do you achieve that goal? Nobody fucking knows. So nothing happened. I'm just saying that, like, there's a very clear pathway between, okay, we protest, then this happens, then the problem is solved.
I think I think you're like seeing it because we're living in this one, but we only know about like the MLK thing as a whole arc of things that happen, bro.
Okay, what about like anti-war protests?
What?
Anti-war protests.
What do you mean?
Like, let's say the Vietnam War,
What do
right?
yeah.
There was a bunch of protests
to stop the war, and you would have been like, "This is pointless. You can't stop the war."
No, but their goal. Well, we were the ones doing the war, so actually there was a way.
What?
Put pressure on the government to end the war.
That's not. That is like literally the same thing as with the fucking the LA shit right now. That is literally the same. How is it not the same?
Because
put pressure. We're doing protests to put pressure to stop the Vietnam War. We're doing pressure to stop these ICE deportations. It's the same fucking shit.
But there's nothing that California can do to stop Trump from doing whatever the fuck he wants.
I don't know that that's true, bro. Aren't they fucking suing him? California
Gavin
fucking
Newsom is suing him, and that's great. That has nothing to do with the protest, but it is great that he's suing him.
But like,
and
that's like a
I
thing.
support that completely.
First of all, I think there's like 8,000 things they're going to claim in the lawsuit. Well, I also do think part of the lawsuit is he's not allowed to deploy the National Guard without Newsom like consenting or like
that should be
approving.
illegal.
I'm pretty sure it is, and he's getting sued for that.
And I hope Gavin Newsom wins that shit.
I think,
because
who knows about that?
It makes no sense that you're allowed to do that. Just deploy the National Guard unilaterally, take it over. Like, I agree, that's fucked up, and it shouldn't happen.
I'm rallying around Nikki D wearing a new hat. Yeah. Take that.
I could flip
Take that
it.
gator shit off.
I could flip the shit.
Take that gator shit off, man.
I could flip it if you want. Now
That's
it's
crazy,
basically a new hat now, huh?
Nikki D, bro.
Yeah.
Nico cooking on this one. God bless. Thank you.
There you go. I'm glad someone's cooking.
God bless.
I'm glad somebody's cooking.
Let's go. I don't know why that didn't sound the whole time, but dude, there is a goal. Obviously, this is like a way harder thing to change.
There is
It's
a goal.
fucking
There's
impossible.
no clear way to.
You gotta
achieve
watch
it.
Andor, bro. This is literally what Andor's about.
I'm gonna check it out.
I swear to God.
I'm gonna check this shit out.
I watched it. It was so, dude. Y'all should keep a tally
Of who's cooking. Nico gets 1.
1 point for me. Let's go, baby. All right.
All right, on to the next.
On to the next thing, though.
More bullshit going on.
We've hit the
We've hit the limit on the
We
LA
hit the
shit.
fucking LA.
That's enough
we'll
of that.
see TBD on what happens.
Greta Thunberg is another
Greta
great
Thunberg.
example of
I love
my
that you
whole
put
thing.
intercepted.
I
and
deleted
not
because
not
Nico put
kidnapped.
kidnapped and I deleted it and put it in.
Intercepted.
I had to fuck with him on that one. But
I was just quoting Trump.
honestly, I'll give some credit to Greta because it's a pretty courageous thing to do. To
Pretty
just
wild,
get in
yeah.
a boat
She's ballsy.
and just sail to Palestine. It's a pretty
She
courageous.
is ballsy.
And I think that like this flotilla or whatever, I think the last time it happened, Israel actually killed a bunch of the people on board. I think like 10 or 11 people.
I think that's why she went on the boat. I didn't know because she was like, "I'll draw attention," so
And then they won't blow it
it'll
up.
be harder to blow up. Yeah.
Which shout out to her. It is honestly a very courageous cause.
Greta Thunberg.
Greta Thunberg. I also don't know why like
She's like 20 now.
Why do the rightoids hate Greta so much? Like
Because she's got like
it doesn't make sense
principles
to me.
and convictions on shit.
Facts.
When you're not a hypocrite, they get mad at you, bro.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? When you're consistent on your shit, they get pissed.
It is funny though that one meme of her going, "How dare you?" You know what I'm talking
I don't know
about?
what you're talking
How
about.
dare you?
How old was she in that meme?
She must have been like
She's
12
an adult
years
now,
old.
right? She's like,
She's got to be like 19 or
She
20
drink.
now.
I guess in Europe she could drink.
In Europe, yeah. Probably not here.
Sweden.
Dude, you want to hear something crazy?
22. She could drink here.
Oh, okay, bet. Fire.
Let's get her a beer.
Shout out to Greta though. She did a good thing.
Yeah, I have no hate for Greta Thunberg.
Even if I don't think that it's gonna do anything like the other one, I at least applaud her for being courageous and for standing
God
up for a
damn it,
cause.
Nikki D.
There's always got to be a you know,
All these things are ineffective. What would change shit?
in terms of what? In terms of Israel?
Anything.
Israel's a real
Any
tough
government
one. I don't
thing.
know the way to fix that because it kind of needs
I
to
think
come
it's-
from inside.
No, I think if the U.S. was like, we're not giving you shit anymore, they would change.
Well, yeah, but that would never happen. Sadly,
I think it could happen.
if we elected someone good, it
Yeah,
would.
Exactly.
But
Exactly.
unfortunately, if you don't support Israel, you're not getting elected. That's the sad
I don't
truth.
think that's true. Well,
in this
we'll-
country right now, that's the fact.
we will see in New York.
Yeah,
We shall see in New York. Zoran
dude, Zoran,
is skyrocketing.
one of the rare socialists that I'll endorse. I actually fuck with that guy.
But he's not like a full-on socialist, though.
Oh, he's an open socialist. He's like, yes, I am
He's
a
like-
socialist.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
He says he's a socialist?
he is an open socialist. Which, hey, it's trendy right now. I mean, I got nothing against
I
it.
fucking hate it. It's trendy. He's just following a trend. Get the fuck out of here. Socialist.
In 2017,
He
he
joined Democratic Socialists of America. Is that really socialist?
If that's it, then I
I think
stand
isn't
corrected.
AOC one of these also?
Yes, she is.
Yeah.
A lot of people are. Bernie Sanders
Because
is.
New York has like small parties that win local shit.
Yeah.
Nikki D, when you running for mayor, I'm dead ass.
Dude,
I'm
I was
telling
thinking
you,
about it, bro.
Mayor of Hollywood.
Just got to make a little more money first so I can
Mayor
afford
of
it.
Hollywood.
Hollywood.
Or just be famous. Be a local famous person, and you win.
That's a fact.
But local races are so like low key, like the most famous person.
But no, let's
wins.
talk about that clip. Did you saw the clip last week of Zoran that I sent you from the debate where they asked him about where he would visit
Yes,
his first trip?
I think we watched that on stream.
It's so ridiculous. It was the day after the stream, I think. I didn't see it at least.
Everybody was like, "No, the debate was
During
day
the
of,
stream,
during
yeah.
the
But I don't
stream.
think we
Oh.
watched that part live. But either way, that guy got fucked over so hard by the moderators, and
Zoran?
it's honestly was so
But
ridiculous.
he didn't get fucked over. Like he came out on top, bro.
Well, he does have a lot of momentum in the polls from what I've seen.
Well, because they tried to do it, but it doesn't work anymore, bro. It's done.
Just throwing Israel in that.
Dunzo.
I know how you can get. Yeah, we're not talking about the poop.
Yeah, literally.
The poop.
Mr. Mamdani, can I just
But it
jump
would
in?
work.
Would you visit Israel? Mr. Mamdani, can I just jump in? Would you
Hold up. Let me
visit-
find it because we need to get the whole
Is this not
round.
it?
The whole lightning
I think it's
round.
gonna
Mr.
cut to
Mamdani, can I
everybody.
just jump in? Would you visit Israel as mayor?
I've said
Just put yeah, that second one I think had it.
Visit by a mayor of New York
Not
is
that one.
always considered significant.
Sorry.
Where
One
would
sec.
you go first?
God fucking damn it.
Just get the mouse pad over.
Maybe that was the best one. I don't know, but basically they did a lightning round, and it was like...
They just gave away New York's mayoral race to Mamdani in a chicken and rice platter.
The first foreign visit by a mayor of New York, where would you go first?
First visit, I would visit the Holy Land.
Given the hostility and the anti-Semitism, go to Israel.
Yeah, I'd make my 4th trip to Israel.
My goal would be to take my first trip to Israel.
Mr. Mamdani.
I would stay in New York City. My plans are to address New Yorkers across the 5 boroughs.
Okay, that is such a based answer.
It's a perfect answer.
It's the perfect answer.
Not only is it such a based answer, but everybody else's answer is so not based that it magnifies the baseness of this answer.
Exactly. Like the fact that
times.
everyone else said Israel. What are we doing here? What are we doing
But
here?
like 5 minutes ago, you were like, you were like, you gotta say Israel or you won't win.
Well, I still don't think this guy's gonna win.
You don't think this guy's gonna win?
I hope he does, but I don't think
because
he will.
I still think most people just don't. And especially, I think in New York, his main thing is just people still don't know him.
You might be right.
Cuomo's winning off of fucking name ID, bro. Everybody picks the name they know the most.
But no, so this is a lightning round, right?
Yeah.
And they stopped the whole lightning round
this is
just to
retarded.
shit on this guy. Like,
But it's not even to shit on him. They failed to shit on him.
they did fail to shit on him because saying that you're gonna stay in New York is not like some epic own. Like, yeah, that's a good thing. He's a New York mayor. He should stay in New York. Why would he
I
have
don't
to
know.
go to Israel?
Remember when the fires were happening in L.A. and Karen Bass was in...
She was in Ghana.
She was in fucking...
That was a bad look. Yeah, that was a bad. And
that's what I was like, why the fuck is she in Ghana? Like, why?
and apparently she had promised that she wasn't gonna make any foreign visits.
That's even stupider.
Yeah, bad look
Why
for
the
her.
fuck are you in Ghana? Like, what are you doing?
She's facilitating the economic contributions.
I guess L.A. New York are like huge economic cities, but still.
Dude,
Fucking
Cali,
stupid.
if you just take Cali on its own, 4th biggest economy in the world.
Oh, yeah, it's huge.
It's insanity. Also, another thing which I want to show the stream real quick, if you look at like the highest incomes by state, let's just do highest medium income by state. Or I guess just median income by state. This is kind of astonishing. It's like pretty much only Democratic fucking grand places. I don't know why Democrats don't talk about this more. Alaska, that's an exception because they're like, you know, they have their own thing going on with the oil and all that.
Yeah.
But like this is states ranked by median wages for full-time workers, all right? Massachusetts, Washington.
Oh, is Massachusetts really the number one?
Yeah, $60K median wage. Alaska, I'll give you that one. That's Republican. Then it goes Connecticut, Maryland, New Jersey, Colorado, California, Rhode. So where's the next red state?
Jersey can go red once in a while, no?
I'm talking about like clear
North
red.
Dakota?
Okay, North Dakota, number 18, right? The fact that like
Who's
16,
at the bottom?
16 of it's all red states. It's the Mississippis,
Red
the
states.
Arkansas, the West Virginias, the Louisiana, Alabama,
Yeah,
Oklahoma.
fucking Democrats
Why
are
don't
fucking
Democrats
idiots.
talk
They're
about
so
this
stupid.
more? This should be like front and center on every fucking Democratic candidate's like it should be their first talking point.
Yeah.
Yo, guess what? The red states don't make money.
They don't make you no money.
They don't make any money.
They don't make you nothing.
Why does nobody want to talk about this? Like,
and it's not. It's like some of them do make money. They just not giving it to you.
and then the
Los
funny part
Angeles.
is they'll flip it around and they'll be like, all of the Democratic ran cities are very expensive to live in, and- which is true. But that's only the case because
Bro,
they make a lot of
I'll
money.
never forget it, bro. Really, said this. There's lies, damn lies, and statistics.
It's a fact. It is a fact.
Is you can make anything look any type of way, bro.
You know that if you make a graph of ice cream sales versus murders in Chicago, it's like
It's
1-to-1. 1-to-1 correlation.
Fuck, man.
You know why?
For every scoop served, that's one life saved.
You know why?
Uh,
Because people are more violent in the summer.
In the summer. The heat is making people violent.
Correlation is not causation, y'all.
Yo, maybe that's what's happening in LA. Maybe it's just hot.
It could
Maybe
be.
It's a hot summer in LA.
I mean, the George Floyd protest, that was in May too, right? May, June. All of these big protests happen in the summer. If you
There's
notice,
no protests in the winter.
It's weird how that works. Yeah.
No protests. I guess it's too cold. In the winter, like we're mad, but we're gonna protest during the spring, buddy.
Exactly.
We're getting through this winter.
The Arab Spring, that was all in the spring.
Exactly.
All the crazy shit.
Arab winter wouldn't have gone.
It wouldn't have gone hard at all.
It
Yeah.
wouldn't have fucking done
Arab
it.
winter. What are we talking about?
Let's see here. What we got here?
Oh, Kilmar Abrego's back.
Yeah.
And I love that.
Pretty shocked about it.
I love that. Yeah. First of all,
Surprised they did it.
surprised.
Surprised they could do it. Surprised they did it.
Dude, I'm confused though, because didn't they say that like it was all up to Bukele?
And Bukele was like, I can't do that. I can't fucking smuggle someone into America.
I thought Trump's
Fucking
hands were tied.
retarded.
I thought it was up to Bukele.
He caved.
Turns out it
He's a
wasn't.
little bitch boy.
Turns out that was a
It's actually
load of shit.
It's actually 40 chess what Trump was doing,
You
because
think
he
so?
wanted to get him back, but he had to look like he didn't want to get him back. But he's just not thinking. You guys,
He's always one step ahead
he's
of us.
3 steps ahead, buddy.
Honestly,
you
I'm
don't get.
jealous.
That's what you don't get, bro. But that's crazy that he got back. I wonder what's gonna happen. I feel like they're just gonna deport him again. To be real,
Well, he's gonna go to jail, I think, first. Then he'll get deported.
where's he going to jail for again?
They are claiming that he transported thousands of immigrants across the border.
Oh, they're saying Arregos was a smuggler.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
And they're also saying a bunch of other shit too, like he fucking did like sex on kids and shit.
Oh, okay.
They're saying a bunch of
They're
crazy stuff.
playing all the stuff.
I think most of that is
Jesus.
not true, and
Jesus Christ.
but who knows? They can make whatever they want up, I guess. I don't really know.
Yep.
Simone Biles versus Riley.
I don't know
Gaines.
anything about this. What is happening?
So basically, what happened is, there was a post from like a Minnesota school, and they're like, "Look at our state champions in softball or something."
And it was a trans
and
girl?
I guess one of the like the pitcher for the team was a transgender, and so basically Riley Gaines posted it, and she's like, LOL, wonder why they turned off the comments on this one. And then Simone Biles responded to her and basically was like, you should pick on someone your own size, which would ironically be a male. Which was a little bit, it's kind of body shaming. It's kind of.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And so basically a few days went by, and then Simone Biles came out and apologized, and she's like,
damn it.
I didn't mean it. And
Come on, Simone.
But
You're a champion. You don't apologize to anybody.
Seriously. But she did raise a good point, which is that
Riley looks like a man.
That is a good point too. But
Shit
what
like
I was
a
going to say,
man, bitch.
it's like her problem with Riley Gaines wasn't that she's fighting, to get trans people out of women's sports. Her problem was that she's pointing out specific people, which is obviously going to lead people to bully those kids.
Yeah.
Like that kid on that softball team, 100% is getting like tens of thousands of messages from conservatives like, kill yourself.
Yeah.
You are a man.
That's very true.
You are a man.
It's very true.
And it's like it's not about.
And Riley would be like, we have to do it to be good people.
She would literally say that.
If you're a good person, you have to tell that.
When you see something bad, you have to call it out.
You gotta tell that transgender. Was it high school?
I think it was high school. Yeah.
That transgender high school pitcher that she has to kill herself. You have to tell her that, or you're a bad person.
And make sure that she knows that she's a cheater.
You hate women, actually, if you don't tell that pitcher to kill herself.
Yeah.
Fuck that. Fuck Riley Gaines, bro. I hate that. Like
the fact that she made a career off of getting 5th place.
I hate that you can get a career off of just being like, I'm just gonna be hateful.
Yep.
Is what it is. It's my money maker.
And it's fucked up because on principle,
blow up so hard, bro. We would blow up so fucking hard, bro.
It sucks though because on principle, like it is unfair to be honest. Like trans people playing in women's sports, it's kind of unfair if we're being honest.
It's a little unfair,
like,
but sports is unfair.
That's a fact.
There's no,
Yeah, but my opinion has always been the same. When it comes to like scholarships and like professionals,
Yeah.
I think it should be banned. When it comes to like kids playing for fun, I don't really give a fuck. Like who cares that much? But I get where she's coming from. It's not fair, and I understand that. But the fact that she has to point out specific people, it's not necessary, and it's only going to make
also not
people
fair
get bullied.
to the pitcher.
It's
So
not.
just like, I just want to play baseball and also I'm trans.
Yeah, that's all it
It's
really
like,
is.
yo, get fucked. Get the fuck out. Pick one, dude. You can't do both.
I don't know what the right solution
You either
is.
do sports or you're trans. You can't do both.
That's illegal.
The right solution?
And and her response to that was like, these girls are getting embarrassed like by these people, by these trans people.
Yeah, literally.
Which I mean,
Riley knows about getting embarrassed by a trans person.
she does know a thing or two about
She
that.
fucking knows about that.
That's her
shit.
specialty, matter
That's
of fact.
her thing, dude.
Which I just can't believe. Like, if someone was gonna blow up like from this whole thing, it should at least be someone that like got second and like the first place person was a trans.
Oh, wait, dude.
She got 5th place.
And there's also like none of these trans athletes are actually like that good. Like they'll
really.
win, like they might win a tournament or two or something, but they're
Yeah.
not like dominating.
No.
None of them are.
And like WNBA, like
Yeah.
there's not a single one.
Have you
right? Like,
have you seen there's like an account, it's on Instagram it's like these guys that they just bet on Angel Reese missing the first shot of the game every time.
that's hysterical.
And it's so funny.
I've seen this. It's so good. I can't even lie.
Dude, that's so fucked. And then she finally made one, and you watch the clip, and like the defender on the other team was just watching her, like just watching her shoot it, just doing nothing.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Dude, honestly, that whole situation does trigger the fuck out of me. How
What?
people are like with the whole Angel Reese situation, how people are like, dude, Caitlin Clark's a racist and blah blah blah. Like, no, bro, it's just a fucking sports competition.
Yeah,
like,
they're just beefing.
they're just beefing.
They're just
It's
athlete
normal
beefing.
beef.
It's not racial.
It's normal athlete beef, but everyone wants to make everything about race somehow. I don't know
Right,
why.
yeah.
Why does it happen, Nico? Why does everything have to be about race?
I don't think that it does,
Yeah.
but I feel like it's like
Well, it
inevitable.
is true
it's
that-
kind of just inevitable that like
Yeah, it is true that Caitlin Clark, like the reason she's so big is because she's white. Like that is true, right?
isn't she also like fucking crazy good?
Oh, she is
She's
really
like a,
fucking good.
like goated like she's like a level.
She has an argument that she's gonna be the GOAT.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But
So I think that's doing more than for her being white. 'Cause is there a black
I don't know.
Is there a black WNBA player that's in the same ballpark?
well, it would just be
Same
like the
skill set?
previous GOAT, like Diana Taurasi or whatever.
Is she? Are they saying? Because my understanding was, Caitlin Clark is like, not even. She's like miles ahead. That's my understanding. Is she is like
She's on
she's
pace.
a new level.
She's on pace to be the best ever.
I thought
That's
she-
hard to deny.
I thought she already was like new level.
Like I think she has like the 3rd most triple doubles ever, and she's played like one.
Yeah, that's what I'm
season.
saying. Like they're saying like, who did you just name before?
Diana Taurasi.
Is that I feel like this lady is not.
She's just pretty fucking good, but
What was she like this though?
I don't know. She wasn't Steph Curry level shooting and all that.
That's what I'm saying. Like this,
But
Caitlin Clark is like.
I
next
think
level.
I do think it's hard to deny that her being white has some impact.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why it's like when you said, "Why does everything have to be about race?" Like people,
Which
make
is
this
cool.
shit about
Like
race.
little white girls can, watch her and be like, "Yo, I want to be like Caitlin Clark," which is sick. Like it's a good thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I don't know.
People just want to make it about race, bro.
It's got to be about race.
It's got to be, but it is like part of it, you know.
Yeah, race does play a role in a lot of
It's
things.
part of the thing. Like, she probably does have an easier time,
Yeah,
but I think the main reason she's become like
a household name.
yeah, is because she's a fucking beast.
She's a demon.
She's a beast on the court.
She's next level.
Popping.
All right, what's up with this AI
Finger
shit with
popping each
Timbaland?
other's
What happened with
assholes.
Timbaland with the AI?
I don't even know if that's this week, but we just have to keep talking about AI because it is the same fucking. I also
Dude,
wanna,
I figured out today how to ask ChatGPT how much energy I've used talking to ChatGPT.
you can't just ask it.
Yeah, you can, but I've used 1 gallon of water worth of energy.
Wow, and you use it like a good chunk, good amount.
Yeah, I was surprised though, because
In totality,
in totality, including all the images I've sent, all of the files I've sent,
I thought
everything.
every search uses like how much water per AI search.
50 prompts uses 500 milliliters.
And that's way more water than like a Google.
Yeah, it is way more than Google. It uses a lot of energy, but because you got to think, some people are using it like 10 prompts a second type shit.
Half a millimeter.
Nigga D, what you mean you figured that out?
That is crazy.
What did I figure out? What did I say I figured out? Oh, with the ChatGPT thing, yeah.
The water?
Yeah.
Because you can ask. Oh.
You can ask it, how much energy have I used?
Yeah, because
I was surprised. I thought it would be way more.
I figured out how to ask it, and it's like, don't you?
Yeah,
just,
I didn't really figure nothing out.
you
You're
just
right.
ask
You're
it?
right. I didn't figure nothing out. I didn't figure out shit. Matter of fact.
All right, but Timbaland, you know how Timbaland is he's embracing the AI
With the music.
Yeah, I think he signed a artist.
That's fire.
Or he launched a whole fucking company.
Launched an AI music.
You think that's
service.
fire?
I fuck with it.
Do you listen to AI artists?
No. But I think that it's also different. Like, if an artist wants to use AI in their music versus the whole thing is AI.
Yeah, because there's generative AI and then there's like a tool that uses AI.
Bro, you remember Sponge AI?
No.
It was like this fucking just like SpongeBob, but it was AI and it was on.
Oh yes,
that shit was huge for a while, right?
There was a Seinfeld version of
Yes,
that,
I remember that one too.
And it got to the point where it just became Jerry and Kramer staring at each other in silence, and it was stuck on that. Like that was like the nexus point, the singularity point.
We need to bring back that.
Kramer and Seinfeld just staring at each other.
Bring back the AI parodies. Those were sick.
They were. I mean, dude, the AI things are not stopping. They're getting better. The new one. You saw the one I posted with the news report.
With the what?
On my Instagram.
Oh yeah.
Oh, do you want to see one of the LA riot fake ones?
Let's check. Oh, yeah. Let's.
You
see
saw the Breaking Points one?
I saw it on Breaking Points, but let's watch it.
I'm just gonna pull. Oh fuck. I'm gonna pull that up here.
Procrastination.
Pop, 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 pop. Oh my god.
10 ads.
Fucking YouTube Premium, man. I need it.
I use it.
You have Premium?
I do.
AI generated.
Changed my life, matter of fact.
Why are you rioting? I don't know. I was paid to be here, and I just want to destroy stuff. Is what you are doing illegal?
Well, these are peaceful protests. Even that guy over there says so.
And so, Taryn, this...
Dude, the boomers 100% buy that.
It's so fucked.
They 100% buy this shit.
But the thing is there's even better ones.
Yeah.
They got fucking dude. It's concerning. Like an AI artist, you're gonna go to a concert for an AI artist?
No.
Yeah, you're not listening to an AI artist.
But if an
album.
artist uses AI, then that's fine.
Yeah, but uses AI can mean like 100 different things, bro.
Mm-hmm. Like with vocals, right? Like Cardi is a good example. I don't know if he actually used AI. There's allegations out there.
I think he used like an AI filter, if anything. I don't think he generated anything.
But Cardi has like bags that he taps into. Like he's got like the deep voice, and then he's got like the baby voice.
But that's not AI.
No, I know it's not. But if he does a model of his voice to do it.
Oh, you're saying somebody else is pretending to be him?
Could be. I mean, hypothetically, yeah, it could be somebody else, or it could be entirely made by AI. Like the vocals are just made by AI. Because you only need, like Brown was saying, you only need like 30 seconds a minute of your voice, and it can recreate.
He just recorded himself saying a bunch of syllables, and then somebody else is like typing in some bars and.
If it's used in that way, I don't think it's a big deal.
Actually, I don't know. Maybe he does do that. I don't know how much Playboy Cardi actually enjoys making music.
I'm just saying, I don't think that you should listen to a song and then you find out and you love the song and then you find out it's AI and you're like, oh, this is horrible. Like I feel like it's still
That's
good
stupid.
if you liked it. Like it's still good.
I agree with that.
Just because it's AI, it doesn't change anything really.
But like, there's different like things of AI. Like, if it's like an AI beat, fuck that.
Yeah. How come?
Because it's gonna be like, I mean, it'll sound fine.
Because they're taking your fucking job.
No, the beat will sound fine. I don't know. Definitely at some point you're gonna listen to it and you're not gonna realize and you're gonna be like, I fuck with this.
Yeah.
So who the fuck knows?
It's probably already happened to some of us.
Yeah.
What about this Jon Stewart
They got
bullshit?
those country songs. Wait though.
Yeah.
But the yeah, it just depends how you're using it, man. But the new shit is done.
Yeah. Everything is gonna be AI.
We gotta invest in live entertainment. Live entertainment. It's gonna be the wave.
You think so?
Yeah, everyone's gonna be like, we don't know what's real and what's not.
Mm-hmm.
Like sports is gonna be huge.
Yeah.
Sports is gonna, and like going to a live sports event is gonna be fucking enormous, because it's gonna be one of the last things that's like there's no AI involved.
That's a fact.
Like it's just raw playing.
Sports are always gonna be fire.
Niggity,
No one can take it from us.
Dude, why is chat being fucking whacked, dude?
Right?
Is it like hiding messages or some shit, man?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, Drew, we can't see what you said. Or maybe he just sent a blank message. I don't know.
Oh, it's probably an emoji. It's probably gonna pop up in a second.
Probably an emoji.
But the AI is crazy. Do you know they have live translate? It's
Really?
like a full thing now.
I don't think I saw Google's and it looked like it didn't actually work.
I thought the Google's one was the one that was the best.
I don't know.
I saw that Apple released or like announced one like yesterday or whenever the fuck they just did their thingy.
Yeah.
They have it now.
By the way,
I want to try it.
Apple, I don't think that Apple is like, I think they're out on AI.
Oh yeah, they're sort of falling to the wayside in AI.
Yeah, they're kind of done for on that end.
You think they're done for?
I really do, honestly. They're gonna have to hire
Oh, he
like
put
OpenAI to do their shit.
Dude, Apple's been done for before though.
That's true. They come back.
So we don't know.
We don't.
Cause like how?
I do think Apple's losing their touch, though. Honestly,
I mean, that's been the case.
they're falling off
since Steve Jobs died. They lost their touch. It's just that the iPhone is like was such a jump of technology, like innovation, like.
And then since then, it's like
it was such
AirPods.
a next step. It like jumped everybody forward like 10 years and like you know what I mean, like
yeah,
it was such a game changer. It's like. What are you gonna do? Another fucking giant game changer? Like,
yeah, it's pretty difficult.
It's like AI is barely even on the level of game changer.
I think that. Let me see if this is real, because I heard that Apple put out like some big paper, which was basically shitting on AI.
Oh, that's retarded.
Yeah, so they basically put out this big paper that's saying like, we're not actually as close. You know how the goal?
Oh, like the general.
Yeah. The goal is like this general
agree.
intelligence.
I agree with that. These AIs currently like the language learning.
Yeah, they're smart, but they're not like they're not actually smart.
Because like it can answer questions, but it doesn't know that it's answering a question. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't have like the awareness.
Yeah.
It just recognizes patterns like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
So
and searches large data sets.
When there is an AGI, it's gonna be weird.
But I do agree that we're not as close as people think. Like this shit with Elon, he always thinks we're 1 year away. We're 1 year away. Self-driving cars next year. AGI next year. Mars next year.
Next year.
It's coming up. Coming up soon.
But like, do you think he genuinely thinks that?
No.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, on some things, like
what?
Like he might be delusional enough to think that we can get to Mars soon. I don't know.
I mean, could we not? I feel like it's just expensive. Like, it's just, we could get there. It just would take, like, how do you get somebody? We've gotten things there.
We have gotten things there. That's a fact.
We just, how do we get somebody there and back? You have to send shit out way ahead of time.
Yeah. Because it takes a long ass time.
You got to send gas out there. You got to send fucking, probably food.
Have we ever sent anything and then it came back, though? I don't think
Mars?
so. I don't think so.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah, let's ask ChatGPT. Let's see. Have we sent something to Mars that came back? There's no way, right? I don't think there's any way.
Humans have now returned samples from Mars to Earth. Wow.
I mean, it makes sense. It sounds like a really fucking hard thing to do. I mean, getting there is a lot easier than coming back.
There's no Mars dust out here yet.
Yeah, because here we have all these resources. So, yeah, we can launch a rocket. Mars, we don't have anything. It's just a bunch of dust.
Yeah. You ever seen The Martian?
Yeah.
I think I talk about this movie too much, but I love The Martian.
I love Matt Damon. I'll never turn down talking about Matt Damon.
The legend.
Legend of the game.
And Ridley Scott.
Yes, sir.
Lover of the game as well. Multiple camera user. Shouts out.
But what happened with this Jon Stewart situation?
Oh, thank you for reminding me. That's a good one to talk about.
So he had Stephen A. on The Daily Show or something?
Yes.
I didn't watch it.
And Stephen A. hit him with the radical left cost Democrats the election.
Based.
Okay, well then.
Based.
Let's watch this clip.
Can you believe these aren't her real teeth?
Let's watch this fucking clip.
Aspen Dental's dentures are custom.
Let's go ahead.
Shout out Breaking Points. I'm just stealing the clips they clip.
Yep, we appreciate that. BP.
Not based. Stephen A. was not
Trump,
based.
in this last election
I
cycle. Let's go ahead and listen
Stephen
to
A.
how that went down.
They allowed
Okay, hold up, because Jon Stewart is 100% fucking right about this, but the issue is that the right controls the media somehow. It's like everything that the right talks about is front and center.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's why it's an issue. But he is factually right about this.
So Jon Stewart then goes.
That was
I
hilarious.
kind of want to watch more of it.
Honestly, that looked entertaining.
Let's fucking
Yeah,
eat this
I want to
strike,
check this
bro.
shit out. Yeah, fuck it. You don't give a
They
fuck
also
about
talked about the
strikes.
Knicks, which is pretty funny.
Dude, poor Knicks, man. Down horrendous.
Today's what?
That game's happening right now.
The Knicks?
No, the finals.
Oh, the final games.
Yeah.
Who's
And
OKC?
the
and
Pacers, Indiana. I got money on OKC, so I got to check on that.
Was OKC Pacers your finals?
No. I had OKC Cleveland.
Are ride or die New York Knickerbocker fans.
Yes.
It's been a disappointing, and to have them just end the playoffs.
The veterans
there,
are-
Say the least he called them for a
Yeah,
half
they
hour. He was
actually, I
rambling.
don't. Oh, they
still don't know what he
can.
said.
Wait.
We can't stream on the
Hold
Paramount
on,
shit.
Hold on.
Hold up, we're gonna finesse this, guys. We're doing it live. You actually know how to do this? God damn.
I've done it before.
Is Nico about to cook?
But where is it?
Is Nico about to cook?
Oh, I might have to relaunch this whole. Nice.
They asked him, they said, you know, that
Fuck this part.
can't get it. It's because they're getting in my way. That was
Was
his
that really the
position.
ending?
Their position was,
Honestly, that's one thing that still blows my fucking mind. Like, how is it possible that in 2022 in the midterms, there was like this wholesale rejection of Trump? Like, the people that Trump endorsed didn't win. The people who won the biggest victories in 2022 was like DeSantis, right? Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't Trump. And the people that he endorsed mostly lost. I don't understand what changed between 2022 and 2024.
Nothing.
That changed that dynamic. Clearly something changed.
No,
I mean,
it's nothing changed. So every time they're like, we have to vote for the people not in charge because we can. So it's just a fucking back and forth bounce of bullshit.
I see what you're cooking.
You know.
Did you know that there's a protest on Hollywood Young Circle on Saturday?
For what?
ICE? It's called the Not King protest.
I did know about this. No King's Day.
Yes.
No King's Day.
No King's Day.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude, you should go and like live stream it.
Dude, we're gonna get fucking shot.
No.
Yeah, I'm not on board with that.
Wait, my mom and dad told me about it. They said they're going.
Oh yeah?
They're gonna go.
Yeah, man, they're gonna want to impeach Trump.
I mean, it would be fun to film out there, but
Dude,
it's
you
scary as shit.
Why is it scary?
Protests?
You not
They
see
turn
the-
in
you
they
see
turn
the
in
LA
riots
ones,
a lot
bro?
of times.
Well, I told my mom and dad. I said, please don't go. But-
Exactly.
Yeah, honestly. But if they want to, salute them.
Yeah, it's a
you know?
little.
Well,
That's brave.
I think the cause
Brave.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, so, but like, I just don't want them to get caught up into anything stupid, you know?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
And, like, I don't want
very
it to get out
easy
of
to,
hand.
very easily could get caught up in some bullshit, bro.
That's like, even, you know, I always, just real quick, I've always watched the Owen Schroyer Destroys. Like, he would go to protests and, like, be like, why do you hate Trump? Because he sucks. Do you have any other reason aside from personal attacks why you hate Trump? And then they just sit there and it's...
Those are the type of people I think are at the LA protests. That's why I was talking the way I was
it's,
talking.
like, the people who want to be there.
Those are the people with the Jan 6 protests, bro.
Well, they love Trump.
Yeah, but you could do the same shit to them if you're trying to make them look like fucking retards.
But,
That's fair.
But you're allowed to protest both sides.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Like,
you should be.
You should no one like.
That's what we're
I was
finding.
thinking
That's
about-
what we're finding out is not true. Actually,
No, but like, I don't want that. I want people to protest. So
Yeah.
I go, mom, go. Like, you
Yeah.
should, but just be safe. You know, like.
Be careful.
it's
yeah.
just, but it's like there's no. If you go protest, like you're risking.
I know, and that's why I said if you see.
It's
I said,
brave.
Mom,
Respect.
I said, if you see a camera and like people talk, I said, Mom, just go chant this. Go,
I love that. I love that.
chant
That's what you're
somewhere.
like. You're like that's the concern.
Because
Is
my
the
dad
camera.
is literally gonna be like, so fucking something. He's gonna freaking literally be like.
Most of the people there are.
You saw the lady.
It's good.
The
As long
lady-
as they get home by like a certain time, they'll be fine.
It's like
just don't be there at
If
you
it's a
know.
bunch of my mom and dads, no one's gonna. They can't pick up bricks and throw.
I mean, it's never gonna be
But
the
I'm sure
libs
there's
of
gonna be a good police
South Florida.
presence and make sure everything's good and.
No, they are gonna be doing the fuck shit. Is the cops?
The police, yeah.
No.
Yes.
I think if it's
That's what they're already doing. They did it in the blue state. You think they're not gonna do it in the red state?
If it's a bunch of old people.
It's not gonna be old people.
Well, if they start pepper gassing and tearing shit, and my mom and dad are like,
They'll dip
trying to
out
fight
there.
Back,
No,
that's what
that would
they
be
deserve to
crazy.
go to jail.
Facts. Exactly. So you're based, Ezra.
No, sometimes you gotta fucking fight, bro.
Man, just walk away, man.
Just walk
Fuck the
away,
tear
dude.
gas and, they got that loud ass sound thing now.
Yeah, the rubber bullets are crazy too.
Bullets,
The
dude,
sound
you
weapons.
get shot, pow.
I did the one that was walking home. Yeah.
Bro, you guys need to watch Andor, bro. Nigga D, watch Andor by next week and get radicalized.
I'll check it out. There's no
You'll be like,
way.
you'll be
that-
like, we have to kill cops.
There's
the
no
only
way
to
for
do
me
it.
to be radicalized. You're going to jail for that. You're going to jail.
Sometimes
bro.
you gotta kill corrupt.
I'm
shit
sending that
on
to the
here.
police.
Okay, let's skip to the end. There's a part.
What I am saying to you, you got to fix our economy. You got to.
But
We're
no,
definitely gonna get the copyright. But
just
worth
to
it.
just to put a cap on the Stephen A. thing, I think it's a little bit unfair what Jon Stewart his response was, because Stephen A. Smith was basically like, "Oh, the radical left lost them the election, blah blah blah," and then Jon Stewart was like,
they cut off the stream. Damn, the YouTube stream. We're still on Twitch.
"That's okay." Rip though. It says we're still. That's weird.
Yeah, we're not. No, Drew just texted me.
Can we restart it?
I guess we could actually restart the stream.